Hey guys! So I'm here to share with you my July wrap up. And drum roll, I read 9 books. 9, okay? Well, 9.5. Note the half. Yes, it counts because, yes, yes. Anyways, I'll get into that later. I'm just gonna go ahead, dive in, and get right to it. First book, and this is not in order at all, but first book I'm showing you is Everyone Hanging Out Without Me and Other Concerns by Mindy Kaling. I love this book. I really did love it because it was quirky and funny and inspiring in a way, and it was just awesome. It was about her growing up, her childhood, and nobody liked her, and she was awkward, and then going into college, and then her, getting into the industry. It was a good book. It was a good book. You should pick it up. Next, The Lightning Thief. Yes, Percy Jackson, by Rick Riordan. Probably saying that wrong. Yeah, I'm most likely saying it wrong because I say most names wrong. But I love this book. It was awesome. This is the second time I read it. I read it years ago, and then I read it again. So I hadn't read any of the other books in the series, but I am slowly collecting the nucks. The nucks. No, not. I'm not collecting the nucks. Okay, I'm collecting the other books in the series, so I can get to those. Okay. Next, another contemporary is Dirty Rush by Taylor Bell. And this is all about Greek life and sororityhood and sisterhood and the sorority. And it was pretty cool. I actually picked this book up for 49 cents at the Goodwill. And it looks cool, and I judged the book by its cover, but I also read the back and it seemed interesting. So I went ahead and bought it. It's about this girl getting into sorority when she really didn't want to, and then a lot of crazy stuff ended up happening, and she's trying to find her way, I'll say. Okay? Ha, that rhymed. Next, Clothes for the Season by Mary Downing Han. Yeah. So, this is a middle grade book, and it's like 100 and something pages, so I read it really quickly, and it was good, and it's not as scary as the cover makes it seem to be. It was actually all about these 2 kids becoming kind of detectives and investigating this murder, this like little old lady that lives in the house where one of the kids moved into, and it was actually a pretty cool book. I liked it. Next, Crank by Ellen Hopkins. Now this book is deep and dark and all kinds of crazy, right? So Ellen Hopkins writes in verse. I have a couple of her books, and they're all dark and deep and crazy. So it's about this girl that goes on vacation to see her dad for like 3 weeks, which she hadn't seen in years, and she ends up my dryer, and she ends up experimenting with this drug crank, crystal meth, and she gets addicted, and then she's trying to find her way, she's trying to get her life back on track. And then this book is all about the ins and outs of her struggling with this drug, which is intense. This book is intense, not to mention it made me cry. And the next book is a graphic novel, and this is Stickman Odyssey, an epic doodle by Christopher Ford. And this is book 1. This is a series, or not a series. It's a duo, couple. Don't know. Oh, so yeah, there's 2 books to this, and this is the first one, and I don't want to spoil anyone just in case you read it. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you the map, or here, I'll show you the first page. So it's so cool. It's Greek, it tells a story in a different way, and it has you know, it has some awesome illustration and just overall really, really good. I love this. This is my second graphic novel I ever read, and I loved it so much. Next was Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar, I can never say that word either. I have a hard time pronouncing things. Don't judge me, okay? Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children by Ransom Riggs, right? Yeah, okay. By Ransom Riggs. Now, this book was just so hyped up, in my opinion. It was hyped up, and I was like, oh yeah, I must read this book now. Especially because it's gonna be turned into, or is being currently, as we speak, being turned into Tim Burton movie. So it'll come out next year, 2016, and I was like, what? And I am a super fan of Tim Burton's movies. So I was like super excited, and I was like, if the movie is coming out, and if it has to do anything with Tim Burton, and if he's making a movie out of this, then this book, this story must be epic. So I grabbed it thinking, oh yeah, it's gonna be so good. Yeah, oh my god, so excited. And then when I actually got to it, it was like, okay, right. And I'm halfway through, and I'm still thinking, okay, what else you have? Okay. And then it's like, no, nothing. It was, how do I put this without spoiling anyone? So basically, this book is about this kid who, this place, I don't know why it's hard for me to describe this book really. Yeah, you hear my little one in the background because I'm not gonna keep redoing this video because I keep redoing it and it's not working out. But anyways, it's about this orphanage kind of thing, and it's all these kids who have these like powers and do magic kind of stuff, and those are the peculiar children. But I just feel like the story was good, but it just wasn't developed as much as I would have liked it to be. I feel like this book had so much more potential. The story had so much more potential, but it was just not carried out all the way. I gotta say, I really do have to say that this book was nice. This is like the nicest book I have without a sleeve or a dust jacket. Loved it. And I mean, it was, pictures were cool. It's not a book review, but anyways, not a huge fan of that book. Next, no, I don't have the dust jacket. I actually got this one from Thrift Books. So this is The Coldest Girl in Cold Town by Holly Black. And oh my goodness, this book, and I wanted to read this book for a while, and I picked it up, and I was like, wow. I did not want to put it down. I just didn't want to put the thing down. And the whole time I'm just like, and I get to that, and I'm like, whoa. It was so fascinating and amazing, and it's like a whole other take on vampire stuff. Like, it's not Twilight, it's not Vampire Diaries, you know, it's completely different. There's a reality show for a vampire reality show in here, and it's like, it's insane. It's insane. If you're into sci-fi, you should definitely pick this up. Even if you're not into vampires, I think you'd like this because, oh, and it's gruesome. Like, when do you get a YA book that's gruesome? Like, this was pretty graphic. I loved it. Absolutely loved the book. Okay. And I wish it would have been, there would be a second, but it's not. It's a standalone, which is another reason why I love it. Next, I don't have the dust jacket to this either, but it's Daughter of Smoke and Bone. Oh my god. This book was so good. Just so good. Another so good. And I love so many of these this month. Oh my goodness. Daughter of Smoke and Bone. Oh my goodness. It's about this girl who, I don't even know how to put this. I'm horrible with this whole describing the book situation. All right, so it's about this girl who her family are monsters basically, and she falls in love with an angel or a seraphim, and she's a devil of sorts, and it just, as the book says, it doesn't end well. And I'm on to book 2 because there's 3, and I am so loving this book, so loving it. Not to mention, it's just beautiful. It's beautiful, and I think I'm gonna get this one again just so I can get the one with the book sleeve so it can look pretty on my bookshelf, you know. So, anyways. Days of Blood and Starlight by Laini Taylor, and this is what I'm reading right now, and I am about halfway through, and I can't say anything because if I say anything about this I will spoil it. So yeah, but that is all I read. Oh no, I lied. I read The Paper Magician on my Kindle, and I loved it. I can't say I loved it. I'm just used to saying love, but I really liked that book. It was pretty cool, and I read it because it was on Kindle Unlimited, and I enjoyed it. So thank you very much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys soon.